Hello, this is Robin Cohen in Berlin. I recently interviewed screenwriter Enda Brogan about his groundbreaking crowdfund initiative for his comedy feature film, The King of New Mexico. Let's have a look back at the highlights of that interview. Good to see you again, Enda. I want to talk about your latest project because you're trying to raise $5 million to make a movie about Elvis Presley.
$3 million would make the film. $5 million would be a bonus. It's not exactly a film about Elvis Presley. The main character is Rojo Gonzales, a 50-year-old Elvis tribute artist, and he was born in the US, but his mother was 20 years old at the time. So she sent him back to the village in Mexico where he was raised by his grandmother, who was a huge Elvis fan. So he grows up singing for his grandmother. We roll forward, and the next scene is 40 years later in New Mexico. He's on the way to a concert at a retirement community, and he's still singing Elvis songs. So in the old folks' homes, the retirement homes in New Mexico and surrounding states, he is the #1 performer. So he arrives home after his latest tour of 5 cities, and his wife leaves him. She's sick of him spending money on jumpsuits. He's 50 years old. She wants him to have a proper job. She gives him 2 months to get his act together. She moves in with her mother, takes their 15-year-old daughter with her, and then Rojo has to get a real job and give up the love of his life, performing, to get his wife back. Becomes a mechanic, goes through an all-time low. He gets bullied at work. A lot of people think he's a loser. They think being an Elvis impersonator is passé or it's not cool anymore. His daughter thinks he's a loser, and he asks for help. He asks for divine intervention. He goes to church that evening. An angel appears in the form of Elvis Presley. The advice that the Elvis angel gives him is that he's got to sing his way back into his wife's heart. So he keeps his day job as a mechanic, but then the rest of the time he's involved in a TV show, an international talent show called King of the Stars. But eventually, as crazy as some of Elvis's advice, this Elvis angel's advice may be, there's some kind of method to his madness. Even though they have their conflict, and Elvis is very much a 1970s guy in his demeanor and his attitude to things, and there is conflict along the way, but it's almost like a big brother bossing little brother around. I think the main thing with Rojo in his journey is to find his true identity as an artist, and he just starts singing as Rojo Gonzales at the end of the film. Whether he wins a talent show or not, I can't really say. Whether he gets his wife back or it looks like she's coming back, I can't say either.
What happens when you get to that target of 3 million?
Okay, when we get to 3 million, we know we've made the film. I've talked to US producers. We know it's going to take a minimum of 3 million to shoot this film in New Mexico. For 3 million, we might still get, a top actor, somebody who's interested, maybe a Nicolas Cage who's a huge Elvis fan, somebody like that of that profile for the Elvis Angel character. We'll see. We'll let the fans decide on that. For Rojo Gonzales, I would go for Benicio del Toro. I think for the Elvis Angel character, something really special there. I'm split between Nicolas Cage and Will Ferrell, right?
Will Ferrell and Benicio del Toro together, that's a hell of a combination.
Yeah, and Russell Crowe will be another one. Maybe a Kurt Russell, an older... Kurt Russell's played Elvis before, I know.
He has.
But it's definitely somebody with charisma, a little bit zany, who can carry that kind of role. You need somebody special.
And you're specifically aiming this at Elvis fans?
It's a film by the fans, for the fans. Even giving the fans participation in the film with some of the perks that we will release when we get the $3.25 million. But it's not just Elvis fans. It's anybody out there in Indiegogo that wants to, see a good film being made. We got a fantastic story. It's about finding your true self, your true identity. It's about growing up at 50. It's about taking responsibility for your life, following your dream. And I think it could be an international hit for both young and old. It's a feel-good film that brings people together, and that's what Elvis did, and that's what this whole project is about. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome now the greatest red-haired Elvis tribute artist in the world. It's the King of New Mexico, Rojo Gonzales! Let's make history together. Let's make crowdfunding history. Let's make a movie that's going to kick ass, do it in style, fit for a king. By the fans, for you.